everybody. This is Caroline Sotheby, and welcome to Up, Down, and Around Town. Well, I'm sorry, I'm started a little lazy today, but hey, we have to celebrate a little bit for the Tigers. They did halfway decent this year, and who knows what's going to happen for the rest of the year. Today's a busy day. There's a fanfare down at Roosevelt. There's a thing going on at the DCA, and we're going to go to this gentleman for a simple reason. I talked to Rick, who's down at the DCA, and I said, I need somebody for tonight, and you volunteered. So thank you for coming. You have many titles. First of all, you're an artist.
Yes.
And you're on the board at the DCA. You're also a member of the DDA, right?
That's correct.
Okay, what's your background anyway? I mean, you got so much. I mean, we were talking beforehand, and wow.
Well, my background is cars and car sales. I did
Really?
it. I did it for many, many years. So, if you're looking for a link between then and now, I think service.
Service?
Yeah, I think that's what I got, because I felt in the car business that I was listening and finding out what their needs were and then making it happen. So I really enjoyed that. I miss my customers and stuff like that, but it's been 6 years now that I've been retired.
Really?
And I'm finding new things to wrap my hands around.
You're an artist.
Yes.
What type of pictures do you draw?
I do all types of pictures, but I think the reason why I became an artist had nothing to do with selling art, or it had everything to do with expressing my emotions that I sometimes couldn't express in other ways. And I found that art would take me away from that mind of going over and over again on things like, it helped me go through cancer, stage 4 stem cell transplant. And that helped me understand that I could release myself from those hands for a moment in time. And then before you knew it, it was more. It was more. And it really was satisfying. And I really want to bring that kind of thought process to the DCA as far as working with young families and children, and working through art to express and release some of those things that happen in this world that we live in.
Well, I found that I was never an artist, but it was when Women of Wyandotte were very active. We had a Kathy come in on our session, and you had like 30 gals in, sitting at the table, and all your brushes and all this stuff. And she'd have that sample up front, and let's try, you use this brush this way, and you do that. It was all looking at that picture, but everybody had their own, idea of what that picture meant to them, whether it was the color or the deep. I mean, it was interesting then to see, and she wasn't our only one. After that, we went through different sessions, so it introduced me to art at a late state in life. But it's still interesting. I mean, I'm looking at some of my paintings, and I got to finish that one. I got to do this and this and this. Does that happen most of the time, or you complete your picture and say,
no,
this
I think that's exactly what it is. I think that how you hold a paintbrush or how you draw a line is, I don't think there's any mistakes in art. I don't think you have mistakes in art. I think you have creations in art. Although you can do redos. If there's something you don't like, you can use your white gesso, cover it up a little bit, and start again. But I really think it's an expression. I really think it's about releasing something that we have inside that, as you grow older or be in the world for a long time, gets desensitized. It doesn't show up, and it brings you back to that and that clarity of thought and stuff. So I can't tell you how much it's made a difference in my life, and I know in other people's lives too. But yeah, I think you're right on the right track. It's just about creating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It is.
And then once you get started, okay, more intrigue and stuff like that. Anyway, you started with that, but you are more involved now with the DCA, and
yes.
how come?
do you know that building? It's probably one of the most beautiful buildings, I think, in the Downriver area. It's historic. Like Wyandotte, it's changed, morphed, evolved into different things. I mean, like we talk about the shoreline, we talk about the Detroit River, that once you would be very careful about even going into the Detroit River. Well, the Detroit River's clean now. It's cleaner than it's ever been. When you talk about our shore, you couldn't go 10 blocks without seeing one factory after another factory after another factory. I'll never forget when we used to go to Affolter's Ice Cream. The best ice cream in the world. But you had to hold your nose while you ate it because the factories were there. Well, we learned that.
Well,
I mean,
we
that
always
was
had the sewage plant.
yeah, oh my goodness. Yeah, we learned all that kind of stuff. So it was really awesome. But now we've changed and we're evolving into a different place. You notice how the social district down in Downriver is going. But the main thing is that this DCA, I think, can represent a very safe spot, a spot for children and families and things to do and learn and express. And I see it that way. So art therapy, I believe, is a wonderful tool, not because you have any problems or that you're suffering from some type of thing, but it's just a good avenue. It's good, you know, and it'll help. So that's where I'm pushing that envelope for the art therapy.
Okay. So is there anything in the process now or just later on in, say, next year?
Oh, it's in the process.
It's in the
and
process.
it's, you know, and please don't misunderstand when I say money, but if you want to service children and families, you just don't do it because you want to. You have to have money to support that.
Yeah.
And so what I want to do with my time is to create and show a need for this. I want to do fundraising. I want to do stuff like that so we can then perform the services that ideally we are there for children, families, creativity. I would just really like to see that happen. And so that's going to be my plan and my journey.
Okay, you got a plan.
Yes.
But you have more than just a plan right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We're
You gonna
meeting
let
with.
us know?
Huh?
You going to let us know?
Well, yeah. I mean, I want everybody to know because I'm looking for people to come on the boat.
Okay.
I'm not. This is not a one-man show. This is where a village gets involved.
Yeah.
This is where the city has been so awesome about getting us to these places about families, supporting these ideas. I mean, we had at the street fair, we had a wonderful time, the DCA, working with the city, Heather and Kelly and Rob and Joe and all those people over there just really care. A lot of these people in our downriver area that are building and spending their money have kids, have children. Everybody, you know, and they're thinking, hey, Andy, what about our parks? What do you think about those? I said, well, we can raise money. We can fix them back up and we can get them looking good because we got wonderful parks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on. And I think people are interested.
Well, especially if you're living here, or if, say, the grandparents are still living here, you get your family still coming back to have some get-togethers and fun. You always have Bishop Park. You always have the other parks around. I think what Cheryl was saying, what they had, like 20 parks altogether or something, and about a month ago they took care of the one park. So it's like going from one to another to take care of them. So these departments in the city are actually concerned, and it helps to have somebody like you and a whole group backing them up.
Well, like I say, I don't think any one person can do anything. I think it's a coming together. I'd really like to see a centralization, like our beautiful library, our beautiful museums, our beautiful art areas, our theaters and our plays that are happening now. Used to be St. Elizabeth Church, right?
Yeah.
And now we have a beautiful theater there. And I'd like to see us all get together so we can help each other create this creative, I believe what Wyandotte always has been. I mean, think about it, the art fair, the art and street fair, This is 63 years old. So we really have some real roots into art, families, and I want to see that move forward as we see the social district move forward, as we see our downtown area, as these sidewalks and alleyways and all this gets taken care of. I really want to have that presence of family and children.
Okay, so indirectly, the town hall meeting is going to be today at the DCA.
Yes.
And they're going to give us information on basically what you said, taking care of the alleys. And how far are they going to get with that? Do you know?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, it's going to be really something. From the parking lots that we have downriver, to redoing them and fixing them, moving transformers, to alleyways behind our businesses that need to be paved, where we have Pat Slackway between Frank's Pizzeria, and that's going to go, and that's going to all go into nice pavement, bricks, so even the restaurants could use their back area too. So there's just some beautiful things in the works, and this is what this meeting's about tonight, as far as talking about how we're moving forward and the process of that.
And of course, it's important, like you said, you need money to do that. So somebody is going to be in charge, basically, of trying to get grants.
Oh my God, yes. I mean, we have so many people in the city. Joe Gruber, Rob, the city council, the DDA, so many people that are involved that are acting responsibly. There's a $3 trillion train going throughout the country right now, and they're saying we have money for certain things for cities. And the cities that are ready and adapt to the needs to get this money are the ones that are going to move forward. And I really feel confident with the city of Wyandotte, how they're attuning themselves to creating those ways to that money. And I think the future of Wyandotte looks so fabulous.
Do you think we're depending too on our neighboring cities?
Well, the DCA actually is involved with 18 cities, 19 I think, including Wyandotte, Riverview, Woodhaven, Ecorse, River Rouge. So we have our tentacles out there to all these, and we're going to bring those. I mean, COVID did its way of kind of taking us away, but we're going to get that back. We're going to get back to talking to all the schools in our area and using that, because the DCA is in the city of Wyandotte.
Yeah.
But we belong with many other different cities too. So, like I said, I think our power lies in our unions, in our covenants, in the things that we do together.
Well, I remember when the DCA was next to the community, WCC.
Yeah.
And in that house, and all of a sudden they came in.
Yes.
So they've been with us for a long time.
Yes.
I can remember Art Ambiance and all those places that were really active at one point. And Sharon Sims was one that got me introduced into it. That's when we first started with cable here, and she'd come on down. So we're going to have this and this, and you went down there with the cameras and had interviews. So that was years ago. And sometimes you think, my God, what we did before and how it's developed now, what's happening now. So
I could sit and talk with you as far as what you've noticed and experienced throughout your lifetime with the city of Wyandotte. It's unbelievable. I watch your program all the time, and I really do enjoy what you bring to the table that
Really?
way. The love of the city. You're full of it. You're full of the love of the city, and that's awesome.
hey, there's a lot of people out there, a lot of things going. Well, just like I said today, we have the fanfare in Roosevelt, and you have town hall meeting DCA that both going out on.
Isn't that exciting? I mean, and that's what you want. You want excitement. You want people walking your streets. You want to see those dogs and those carriages and those baby strollers and all that stuff happening, because you know what that tells you? That tells you you've got a strong city, and it's there. You see it all the time. I drive down the city, I see all these kids and families. We had this thing at the DCA had it in the street fair at the old Wyandotte Theater.
Yeah.
Do you realize these strollers are like Cadillacs now? They got 4 or 5 seats. We need to do like a ballet for just the strollers, because what happened was the strollers were in front of the tent. Nobody could get inside
Yeah.
the tent. So we're going to ballet next year. We're going to ballet strollers. How do you like that?
But, well, you know, you mentioned it, yeah, because sometimes you not just have one person over a kid.
Oh,
you got
no.
2 or 3 in
It
there.
was so beautiful. We had hundreds of children a day at this thing. They were doing marble art, and Heather and Kelly, Rob, and all Heather's team helped support the DCA to make it successful. And I was just, it was just awesome. It was just awesome. I met a lot of people, a lot of children.
Well, that's what you like, because then you went to your original car dealing.
Yes.
You talk to people.
Well, that's what I do love. I love people. I could sit in an airport and just sit in an airport and watch. I look at shoes and pants and how they walk and what kind of hair do they have. All this. I mean, I just love that. I just love it.
Where do you think they actually came from, stuff like that?
Oh yeah.
I did something similar many years ago when I had my leg, so to speak, surgery, and I'm waiting for my turn, you know, to go into the room, and I'm in Detroit, and I'm looking as people were passing by, and I said, "Wow, you don't realize a different color of skin. I mean, alone. I mean, maybe a white person might get, you know, it's too much sun or something like that. But the different, I said, well, I just went African American, and this one, oh, that one must be from. I mean, just by waiting my turn to go into surgery, I realized we're a conglomeration of many ethnic groups, you know.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And you know what's amazing? This diversity that you're speaking of right now, you see it in downtown already.
Oh, yeah.
It's beautiful, because that's another way I look at the health of a city, is the diversity of a city. And I really see that happening. I see people feeling comfortable in our city, all types of people. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. I'll never forget my cancer journey, and I had another lump come up, and it happened to be in my chest. And so I went to the Barbara Carmanos area, because I was doing my things at Carmanos. And I sat there to get checked, my breast checked, or chest checked. But I was amongst many women. And when that door opened up, maybe she had a Gucci bag, that one. And maybe she had high heels, maybe she had tennis shoes, maybe she had thongs on. Maybe she had a grocery bag that she used to put her stuff in. But you talk about seeing how everyone is affected and how it works. It really made me understand a lot when it comes to servicing everyone. It's so important. It is so to make a town has a welcome mat, and everybody's invited, you know, and I think that's where the heart of the city is.
And at this point, do we still have enough areas for people to come in and give it a home or an apartment or whatever? I know we got the area over the post office, but I don't know if there are enough homes available for sale anymore, or are we all complete? That's the reason a lot of our kids and grandkids moved over to Trenton or Riverview, Southgate, Woodhaven, because there wasn't enough room at one point right there. So have you heard anything about that, or you think we're still...
Well, you said it, you know, right above the post office, we've got all those apartments that are for lease, and then a RAV company, a great company that's working in Wyandotte, bought the old City Hall, and it's going to make that a kind of a boutique-ish with apartments and stuff in it. So yeah, I think we're coming to, and there's another. I think it's Mr. Daly, Joe Daly's business is doing a little one down the street. So yeah, I think we're really attuning ourselves to making spaces.
Okay.
I mean, that'd be wonderful. Yes.
So that's another division. Okay, so for anybody that just tune us in, you're on the board of the DCA, also on the DDA. Is there anything that's coming up with the DDA that you can give us information for, or?
What I can say is that the DDA and the people that are on the DDA and the people that are on the city council, they love the city. I know that sometimes things can happen where interpretations and communications falter because we're human beings. It's not perfect, but nevertheless, the heart is in the right spot, and that's why I look at things. I look at the heart's in the right spot. No, it's not like we're not going to make mistakes or we're going to miss some things up, but I really believe that the people that are representing the city right now, their hearts are in the right spot, and I'm going to jump right aboard with that.
Okay. So how can somebody come and see you? Are you teaching art?
I'm not teaching art, but I'm going to be working in that art therapy.
Okay.
And just finishing up some courses to be a practitioner. But if there's people that are out there that they're trying to figure out a way that they can help the city, I think that if they look at the DCA, families, children, I think that's the root of our city, and I want to service that more so. Anybody wants to help, to volunteer at the DCA, to show alliance with us, God, that's great. That'll be great.
Okay. So what's usually the hours that somebody can go in there?
Well, the hours, they're and this is going to change, but, not right this moment.
Right.
They're closed on Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays.
Okay.
And they're open the rest of the week, different times. Of course, it's online. You can just go to Downriver Community of the Arts, and you can find out the hours. Right now, I just left it, and they got classes going. Bruce Timms is doing a class right now in watercolors.
Really?
And
Really? Yeah.
Oh yeah, anime. We got kids doing that. We're going to do pottery. There's so many things happening and changing for the good, and we're becoming a better service. So if somebody wants to help the DCA, they can help us be a better service, and with teachers or ideas, money, whatever, it's all welcomed.
Yeah. And if somebody wants to know the address, we know it's 81 Chestnut Street.
It is 81 Chestnut. Isn't that cool? Right behind the 7-Eleven. Yeah.
We got all the numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Hey, thank you for coming, because I know you want to get someplace back there, and I thank you for coming.
Oh, my pleasure.
That was
Thank
a
you.
fast, hey, I need somebody. And Rick talked you into, come on down. So thank you. I appreciate it. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
And we'll probably hear more about the town hall, because I think Rick can capture some of that on.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So whenever you want to come back on, feel free.
Well, thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Okay. And I'm glad you sat there and watched this. I hope you learned something. If you have any comments, let us know. Anyway, we'll see you next time on Up, Down, and Around Town. Take care now. Okay.